Those of you who are just joining us, make sure you have a pillow, like a decorative pillow, something firm. We're gonna jump right in. So we're gonna start on the floor. We're gonna do a couple grounding exercises. I'm gonna shift this angle a little bit so you can see me on the ground. We're gonna start lying on our backs. So come lying on your back on your mat or on the floor, or wherever you are. And mini Shavasana. Take my glasses off, set myself up. I'm going to mute you all so that you can only hear me. There we go. Okay, so come lying on your mat. Palms up or down, doesn't matter. Whichever one helps you feel more grounded. And then we're going to take a couple cleansing breaths. So you're going to inhale through your nose. And then let it go out your mouth. Ah. And let these be audible, right? So kind of letting all that anxiety and juju out. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out your mouth. Ah. One more just like that. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Ah. Beautiful. You're going to slide your arms up towards your head, like airplane, like little wings. And you're going to grab a hold of the left wrist with the right fingers. Right? And then you're going to flex your feet and press your calves and your thighs down and take a big inhale and go straight up, reach, 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 and then lean to the right. So side bending on the ground. Keep flexing the feet and pressing the thighs and the calves down. And then come back to center and switch sides. Grab a hold of the right wrist with the left fingers and flex the feet, press the calves and the thighs down. Go up first and then go over. And then come back to center and draw both knees into the chest. And if you like to rock from side to side, feel free to do that. Rock from side to side. And then extend the left leg out. And if it feels better on your back to bend it, feel free to bend it. So either way, bent or straight. And then circle the right knee one way. And then circle it the other way. And then circle the right ankle one way. And circle it the other way. And then bring the right knee out to the side, like to the right shoulder. And then let's bring it across the body into a twist. Just kind of warming up the body one bone and ligament at a time. And then circle the right wrist one way and circle it the other way. And let's nod our head from side to side. Oh. And then straighten the right leg and flex and push and then bend it. And then straighten, flex and push and bend. 2 more times like that, just kind of active stretching. 1 more time. Nice. And come back to center and draw the nose to the knee, kind of hug, squeezing the internal organs, and then let that go. And switch sides. Left knee draws into the center and circle the left knee one way. And then circle it the other way. And then circle left ankle one direction. And then circle it the other direction. And then bring the left knee out to the side and in towards the armpit. And then bring it across the body into a twist. And circle the left wrist one way. And then circle it the other way. And then let's nod our head from side to side. And then extend the left leg, straighten and push and reach and bend. And then push and reach and bend. 2 more times like that. Push and reach and bend. Last time like that. reach and bend, and then draw the knee back into the chest. Draw both knees into the chest and begin to rock your body forward and back. Little ball. Forward and back. Forward and back. And then rock yourself onto hands and knees. And if you need a little padding for your knees, I forgot to suggest this, but if you have a blanket, you can put it down to pad your knees if you need a little more support. So feel free to make this your own practice, like modify everything and anything. Separate your palms shoulder distance and your knees hip distance, and then just begin to wag your tail from side to side. So this part, you really don't need to see anything. So feel free to close your eyes and start connecting with your breath. Deep, full belly breaths. And then begin to circle the hips around and down, and circling them in one direction, around and down. Maybe the head and neck also circles in a direction. Doesn't have to be the same direction. Kind of churning the hips and the rib cage. And then come back to center and pause for a moment. Just get grounded. And then begin to churn in the opposite direction. And the neck can turn. If you feel like making organic movements instead, feel free to do that. Just kind of warming up the pelvis and the hips and the ribs, joints. And then come back to hands and knees. And extend your left arm forward with the left thumb pointing straight up. And find your gaze slightly in front of your mat so your head and neck are in line with your spine. Feel free to stay here, or if you're adding on, you're going to extend the right leg behind you. And flex the right foot and then push it into imaginary wall, animating the leg, waking up the inner thigh and the groin, and then extending through the left fingers. So full body integration. And then let that go. And switch sides. Right thumb's going to reach forward, left leg's going to extend. And flex the left foot, the back foot, and push it into an imaginary wall as you extend through the right arm and the fingers. And then let that go. Now we're going to move dynamically. So left arm is going to extend, right leg's going to extend. Inhale. On an exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. A few times, connecting your breath with your movement. Two more times. Last time. And then come to center, take a moment, just pause. Let everything integrate. Right arm, left knee. Inhale to extend. Exhale to curl. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Inhale. Exhale. Three more. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Come back to center. Shift your hips back towards your heels. Let's find child's pose for just a couple breaths. Integrating breath and body. And then coming back to hands and knees. You're going to extend the right leg behind you so the right toes are on the floor. We're just going to really carefully go through waking up the bones in our feet. And so you're going to circle the ankle one direction and then circle the other direction. And then extend the right leg up off the floor and bring it across the body. So you're getting the IT band, and then just kind of swiggle from side to side. And then come back to center and draw the knee back in. Let's switch sides. Left leg's gonna come back, toes on the ground, and you're gonna circle the ankle one direction. And then circle the other way. And then cross, lift the leg and bring it across the body for a nice IT band stretch. And then come back to center. Tuck the knees, tuck the toes, and let's lift our hips up and back into downward facing dog. First start of the class, go easy. Bend the right knee, sink the left heel down. Let the head and neck go. Let it be heavy. And then switch sides. Keep pedaling out the feet as you warm up the bones in your feet, waking up the rib cage. And then come to stillness for a breath or two and line up your pinky toes with the outer edges of your mat. So you're in a downward dog with a long stance, a wide stance, and then walk your hands back towards your feet so that you stack your hips directly up over your heels. You're gonna feel that. You can kind of shift your weight forward and back a couple times, cupping your fingers, shifting the weight forward and back a couple times until you find the weight of your hips directly over your heels. And then let your head and neck go, long spine. Couple breaths here. And you're going to take your left palm and plant it in the center of your mat, and your right palm is going to reach towards your left leg, either grabbing a hold of the shin, the thigh, the calf, the heel, whatever you can. You can cup your left fingers if it doesn't easily come down on the floor, right? And then twist. Look underneath the left armpit. Ugh. And then come back to center and switch sides. Left arm reaches around for the shin, the thigh, or the ankle, and then begin to twist through the rib cage. So you're rotating the rib cage towards the right, underneath the right armpit. And then come back to center and inch your way. Kind of walk your hands back to the front of your mat. Go slow. Take your time. Don't be in a hurry. And then bring your big toes together at the back of your mat. So now you're in downward dog, but you have one leg. And then press your hips and your thighs to the back of the room. Long spine. On an inhale, reach the right leg up and back. Bend the knee, open up the hips and circle the right ankle one way. Oh, let your head dangle. Circle it the other way. Circle the knee and the hip joint one way. And then circle it the other way. And then straighten the right leg and push and reach, push and reach, push and reach, push and reach. Lower the leg, drop down to your knees. Find child's pose. And then coming up, back to downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet. Bend one knee, sink the heel. Bend the other knee, sink the heel. Just kind of pedal out the feet. Pedal, pedal, pedal. And then on an inhale, reach the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, open the hip. Circle the left ankle one way. Circle it the opposite way. Circle the knee and the hip joint one way. Circle it the other way. And then straighten the left leg and just reach and push, reach and push, reach and push. Lower the leg, Drop down to your knees, child's pose. Then crawl your hands towards your knees and upright your torso. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Couple times, just integrating breath with movement. Inhale, exhale. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, exhale. Plant your palms back underneath your shoulders as you tuck your toes, lifting your hips, coming into downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg way, way up and back. Exhale, step it between your hands. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, rise. We're gonna move and we're gonna do a different version of Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. So Surya Namaskar C. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward, straighten the leg as you forward fold. Inhale, lift the torso, bend the front knee as you tuck the back toes under, and you're gonna straighten the leg. On an exhale, you're gonna step the left forward to meet the right. Plant your hands on your shins on an inhale, long spine, arching up. On an exhale, down you go, forward fold. And then you're gonna come all the way up to standing on an inhale. Arms gonna reach all the way up overhead. Exhale, hands to the heart center. So we're gonna move now. We're gonna do a couple sun salutations. If I can get the angle right. Here we go. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, down you go, forward fold. On a long spine, arch up. On an exhale, reach the left leg back. Drop the back knee. Come up on an inhale. Straighten the front leg on an exhale. Rebend the right knee on an inhale as you tuck the back toes under. And then step the right foot back to meet the left. So now you're in plank position. Take a big breath here. On an exhale, reach the hips back. Inhale, the right leg comes up and back. The left leg comes up and back. And then step it through. Drop the right knee down now. Rise on the inhale. Straighten the front leg on the exhale. Lift the torso, rebend the knee as you tuck the back toes under. Inhale, step the back foot forward to meet the front. Exhale. Coming up on your inhale, rise. Hands to the heart center. Exhale. We're going to do one more just like that. Nice work, everybody. Good job following along. Here we go. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, down you go. Long spine on the inhale. Step the right foot back on the exhale. Lower the knee. Lift the torso, inhale. Straighten the front leg, exhale. Lift the torso, bend the knee, inhale, tuck the back toe. Step the foot back. Top of the plank position, pause. Take another breath here. And then shift the hips back. Exhale. Beautiful. One more breath. Reach the left leg up and back on your inhale. Step it forward on your exhale. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, lift the torso. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Rebend the knee. tuck the toes. Inhale, step forward at this time on your exhale. Come up on the inhale. Hands to the heart center. Nice work. Now we're gonna take it back to the classical Surya Namaskar A, sun salutation. So we can all follow along without having to think. So, classic variation. I can't get this camera angle right. Okay, so it's either cutting off my head. Well, we'll deal with it. Here we go. Inhale, arms reach. So classic sun salutations. Arm reach, look up. Exhale, down you go, forward fold. Long spine, inhale, arch up. Exhale, step the feet back, top of the push-up. Pause to inhale. Lower on your exhale. Baby cobra, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. 3 breaths. At the end of your exhalation, step or jump your feet to meet your hands as you arch. Exhale to bow. Inhale, coming all the way up to standing, arms reach. Exhale, pull it into the heart center. Nice. Let's do that again. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward fold, down you go. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step it back, top of the push-up. Pause to inhale. Lower on your exhale. Lifting on the inhale, and then pushing it up and back to downward dog. Exhale. 3 breaths in downward dog. Gazing at your fingers. Step or jump your feet to meet your hands as you arch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhaling, rising up to standing. Exhaling, pulling it into your heart center. One more just like that as we build a little heat. Good work. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, down you go. Long spine on the inhale. Step it back on your exhale. Pause at the top to inhale. Lower on your exhale. Lifting on the inhale and then pushing it back on the exhale. 3 breaths in downward dog here. At the end of your exhalation, step or jump your feet to meet your hands as you arch. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up to standing, arms reach. Exhale, pull it into the heart center. One more, because it feels so good to quiet the mind and integrate the movement with the breath. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, down you go. Long spine on the inhale. Step it back on your exhale. Inhale at the top of the push-up. Exhaling to lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale it back. 3 breaths in downward dog. Quiet the mind. Gazing at your fingers, step or hop your feet to meet your hands as you arch. Exhale to bow. Inhale to rise. Exhale, heart center. Nice work, everybody. We're gonna do a few standing poses. So you're gonna separate your feet hip distance, right? And you're gonna bend your knees and find chair pose. So bend the knees, find chair pose, and then stand up. Actually, grab your pillow. If you have a block, you grab your block. I'm gonna demonstrate both ways with the pillow and the block. If you have your pillow, you're gonna take your pillow and place it between your thighs, like this. Right? And then separate your feet hip distance, so squeeze the pillow with your thighs. Then you're gonna scoot your feet in as close as you possibly can with the pillow, right? And then release any gripping sensation from yourself. Don't squeeze with your glute muscles, but squeeze the pillow with your inner thighs, right? Just like you're hugging the pillow, squeezing it with your inner thighs. So you can feel it on the outer edges of your hips, right? And now you're gonna bring your arms just about parallel with the floor. So just parallel to the floor, right? And then you're just gonna kind of sit back like you were sitting in a chair. So you're not gripping or tucking your tailbone. All you're doing is sitting back into a chair. And now squeeze that pillow as you sit back with the chair and keep your arms either parallel to the floor or just where the wall and ceiling meet. Not overhead, because that's when you start to arch and back bend, but just like slightly in front of your ears. Yeah, and then stand up as you squeeze the pillow. Beautiful. Exhale, sit and squeeze the pillow. Keep squeezing that pillow so that your sitting bones are squeezing together. The outer edges of your hips are squeezing together. The arms are either parallel with the palms facing each other or up at an angle. Either way. And then stand up. One more time, just like that. Beautiful. Squeeze the pillow. Arms either parallel or up towards your ears. Not back here, but just slightly in front of you. And squeeze that pillow, and then go just a little bit lower. And keep squeezing that pillow. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then forward fold. Discard the pillow. Nice. Now come back into chair pose, no prop. So we're gonna simulate the prop. We're gonna pretend like the prop is there. So as opposed to just come and sitting back like you typically do, where all the pressure's in the lower back and tailbone's doing weird things, you're just gonna pretend like you have that pillow. So notice how my torso straight up and down, it's upright, not forward, not here, it's upright, straight up and down, and all the energy is coming from the crease of my hips, and I'm squeezing my inner thighs towards each other as if I had that pillow, right? And now forward fold. Beautiful. Let's do that one more time. So chair pose is natural curvature of the spine. Tailbone's not tucked. You're just kind of sitting back as if you were about to sit on the chair. The torso's upright. The arms are either in front of the ears or parallel to the floor. And now squeeze that imaginary pillow. Squeeze it with the inner thighs and notice what that does to the pose. One more breath. Forward fold. Nice. Separate your feet a little bit wider. Grab a hold of your elbows and just hang. Let your torso sway from side to side. Put a micro bend in your knees. Let the head and neck go. Clasp the hands together behind the back, and then reach the arms up and over. Let your head and neck be heavy. One more breath here. Release the palms. Clasp the hands together behind the neck, the head, not the neck, the head, right? And then gently pull the elbows in towards your knees so you lengthen and stretch the back of your neck. And then release the arms. Bend the knees as you stack the spine. So you're going to come up to standing by pressing your feet in the floor, C curve, stacking the bones on top of each other. Nice work. One more sun salutation. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward fold, down you go. Inhale, long spine, arch up. Exhale, step the feet back, top of the push-up, weight here. Top of the push-up, now we're gonna lower down to our elbows. So we're gonna do a little core work, either clasping the hands together or having the forearms parallel. Make sure your body is in one straight line. Press your heels back. Lift the tops of your thighs. Reach through your sternum bone. Gaze slightly forward. We breathe here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Draw the navel in, round the spine, so the back is supported by the navel drawing in. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then just lower the torso and the legs, coming into Sphinx pose. And then here in Sphinx pose, you're gonna bring your right arm at an angle. Your right arm's gonna angle in, and you're gonna bend the left knee and reach back for the top of the foot, the leg, the thigh, and then pull it in. Deep belly breaths. Now take the left shoulder here and glide it, externally rotate it back behind you, and then take the left shoulder and draw it forward. And one more time, take the left shoulder and pull it behind you, and then pull it forward. And then release that left leg and switch sides. Left palm's gonna come at an angle. You're gonna bend the right leg, reaching back for the foot, the ankle, whatever you can, and then pull the heel in towards the hips. And once again, now we do the shoulder rotation business. Right shoulder's gonna externally rotate, you're gonna look towards the right shoulder, the back of the room, and then you're gonna draw it in. So externally rotate the right shoulder, pull it away from you, and then draw it back in. One more time like that. Externally rotate, pull it in, and release the leg, and then let everything go. Come down to the floor. Rock the hips from side to side. Can you guys see me? And now bend both knees and grab a hold of both, the top of both feet, and pull it in. Just draw it in towards you. Keep pressing the tops of the hips down. So don't, instead of pulling the hips away from you and the derriere towards the ceiling, pull them down and stretch the tops of the thighs. Now flex the feet and draw the feet away from you. Upward facing bow for 2 breaths. 1 more breath. And then let that go. And then crawl your hands back towards your hips to lift your torso to come up and find child's pose. And then crawl yourself back up, tuck your toes, and find downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg up and back. Exhale, step it between your hands. Turn the back foot at an angle And then bring your right forearm to the top of the right knee. And your left hand, you're gonna swing it, windmill it up and back. So deep 90-degree bend on the right hand side, right forearms on the top of the right knee. We're gonna sweep the left arm in circles, big circles. Take your time, go slow, breathing into the shoulder joint. And then circle the other way. And then lift the torso and find yourself into warrior two. So deep bend on the right hand side, torso straight up and down. So you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning back, you're just straight up and down. And find a gazing point somewhere over your right fingers and breathe. You're gonna turn the palms up, and on an inhale, you're gonna straighten the right leg and the arms are gonna reach up. And on an exhale, you're gonna bend and the arms are gonna lower. A couple times like that. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Inhale, exhale. Last one. Inhale, exhale. Right hand now is gonna reach either towards you're just gonna open up here on the shin, right, with the left arm just behind you, or the right arm's gonna come all the way down to the floor and the left arm's gonna come up towards the ceiling. So we breathe here, opening up the chest, leaning back into the pose, using the right forearm to gently press against the right knee and thigh to open up the back and the hip. One more breath. And then we pivot the torso to come up and straighten the right leg, hands on your hips, and we take it to the other side. So the right foot's gonna come in, the left foot's gonna come out, and you're gonna come down to a 90-degree on the left-hand side, left forearm on the top of the left knee, and we repeat the same on the other side. Right arm's gonna circle around, slow, big circles. Open the heart. One more. Other direction, circles. So nice, breathe into it. Take up space. One more. And then we're gonna press down and lift the torso to come up to the second warrior. You may need to adjust the distance of your stance, right? You wanna be really wide, so take up some space on your mat. And then this time, we're gonna bring the palms in towards the chest on the inhale and open on the exhale. A couple times like this. Inhale, exhale. 3 more times. Inhale, exhale. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Last time. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Now we bring the left hand back to the top of the left thigh and the right arm up towards the ceiling. So you either stay here or you can crawl work your left hand down towards the floor, the ankle, and then lean back. Oh, open up. Oh, it feels so good. Open the torso, open up the spine, the rib cage. Let the head circle if that feels good. Oh, snap, crackle, pop. 2 breaths. 1 breath. And then press down into your feet to come up, to lift the torso and straighten both legs. And then we do this business. We straighten, arms reach, and then we bend. And then we straighten, and then we bend. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. 1 more time. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Beautiful. Parallel the feet. So have your feet, your stance nice and wide, and then bring your arms out to the side, like airplane wings. And take a couple breaths like that. Reaching fingertip to fingertip, so broadening across the collarbones. Make sure those shoulders aren't hiking up towards the ears. So you're gonna kind of intentionally plant them back down into the armpit, and then draw the navel in and press the feet down. So this is a very active pose. Inhale here, exhale, down you go. So either lining your hands up underneath your shoulders, or if you're a little more flexible, walking your hands back towards your feet. Take an inhale and straighten up, lengthen through the spine, straighten the legs. Take an exhale and forward fold. Let the head and neck dangle. Let all the weight go from the head and the neck. Press your feet into the floor to ground you and stabilize you. One more breath. Inhale, bend the knees, come up, roll up the spine, C curve. Never a flat back. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, grabbing a hold of the ankles this time. Down you go, grab a hold of the ankles. Inhale, long spine, look up. Exhale, bend the elbows, forward fold, let the head and neck go. One more breath, bend the knees, roll up the spine, stacking the bones. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, clasp the hands together behind the back. We take 2-3 breaths, opening through the heart, back bending, looking up and pressing the feet into the ground. So you're working the legs strongly to support your lower back, but you're breathing and arching through the gates of the arms. One more breath. Exhale, come up, come over. Release the arms. Hang for a breath or two. You're gonna bend the knees, so you're gonna toes out, heels in. So you're gonna change the position of your feet with the toes out, the heels in. And then you're gonna bring your hands to the tops of your thighs. And then you're gonna upright your torso. So the knees stay bent, and we're gonna circle into the shoulders, forward, around, forward, around, and down. Forward, around, and no right or wrong way to do this, just feel your way. Feel the tension releasing from the shoulders, from the nape of the neck. And then reverse the direction of the circles. No right or wrong way, just breathe, feel good, breathe into it. So nice. Now we dip the right shoulder down, forehead to left knee. Inhale, come up, switch sides. Left shoulder dips, forehead to right knee. Come up, switch sides. Beautiful. Keep letting it feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Modify. Last time, come up, switch sides. Come back to center, hands at the heart. This is called in martial arts seat of Ka. So this is where we practice mindfulness. We get to breathe into our discomfort, and we get to go beyond the limitations of the monkey mind and recognize that we are so much greater than the limitations of our monkey mind by becoming breath and energy. 2 more breaths. Stand your legs, release the palms, inhale, just reach the arms, come up, just the arms, and then bring it back to the heart center. We do 2 like this, we let it burn. We dig deep, we find that we are so much stronger than we ever thought we were last time. And this time, straighten the legs as you reach the arms, push into the feet, reach the arms. So you're pushing down through the legs, you're reaching up through the arms, and then bring the hands to the heart center. Nice work, you guys. Heel toe the feet. And then just shake it out. Let's do a couple standing poses. Basic pose, tree pose. Left leg's the supporting leg, standing leg. Right leg's got a couple options for you. You can either use it as a kickstand. It's not considered cheating. I don't believe in any of that stuff. Or come to a wall, please. If you have a wall nearby and you need support, by all means, use the wall, right? So either footed calf, footed kickstand, or full expression of the pose. Wow, today, less stable. Any variation with the arms. You can stay here in opposition with the right hand holding the right ankle, the left arm out to the side, or you can bring your hands at your heart. You can bring your hands overhead if you like that. I like keeping my hands at the heart. You can sway like the tree. Breathe. One more breath here. Bring the knee to the center. Just bring it into the center and hold a little pull forward. Now press into the standing leg with the torso and then let it go. Nice work. Shake it out. Other side. Right leg, standing leg, left leg will do the lifting. I like to start in opposition with my left hand on my left ankle and the right arm out to the side. That way I feel supported. I can get grounded. I can ground down and root down through the balls of my right feet. Lift up through the crown of my head. Feel free to stay here or the hands, any variation with your hands work, right? But as soon as I leave, as soon as I remove my left hand from the left ankle, I have to press my left foot into the top of the right thigh to support it, to keep it there. And then I gotta lean up and back. So push in, root down to the right foot, lift up through the crown of the head, and then just kind of play with it a little bit. Sway, move, breathe. 2 breaths here. Find a focal point at eye level, get steady, breathe into the spot. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Now bring the knee into the chest. So this is the core work, full core, full front of the body. And then straighten the standing leg, go up, draw the knee in. And then let that go, shake it out. Nice work, you guys. Let's get down to the floor. Inhale, arms reach, look up. Exhale, forward fold, down you go. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, step back, top of the push-up. Stay here for a moment. Building core strength. Draw the navel in, and then let it go. Draw the navel in, and then let it go. One more time. Draw the navel in, and let it go. And then drop down your knees and find a seat. Here's where your pillow also comes in handy. So you can place the pillow behind you. You can place the pillow like that. And then you're just gonna kind of rock forward, rock back, rock forward, rock back until you find the plumb line. So sitting straight up and down with a natural curve in your spine. So you're not arching, you're not tucking, you're just sitting in a natural curvature. And then lift up through the crown of the head, the back plate of the skull. Lock, soften through the shoulders. Draw the navel in and the front floating ribs. And then just close your eyes for a minute. We breathe. And soften your jaw and the palate of your tongue. Soften all your facial muscles. Just let all that tension drain out of the surface of your face. Drop your jaw, open up your teeth a little bit, part your lips, and let your jaw hang so it's heavy, so you release any tension you might have in your jawbone. One more breath. And then open your eyes and come to a comfortable cross-legged position. If you liked the support of your pillow, the height of your hips elevated, feel free to stay on your pillow. If that didn't work for you, you can come off your pillow. No right or wrong way to do any of this stuff. It's just checking in to see what feels best in your body, right? Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, right arm's gonna come down. You're gonna rock your right fingers and the left arm's gonna come up overhead. Now, you're gonna ground back down to that left sitting bone and lift evenly through the waistline. So you're not C curving and dumping to the right side, but you're extending the ribs and reaching. Nice. If you can come down to your elbow without this left hip migrating up off the floor, feel free to do that. Circle the head around a couple times. And then come up. And then we switch sides. Left arm's going to come down. Right arm's going to reach overhead. Keep grounding down through that right hip. Right? And then if you notice that you collapse on the left side, your C curving, lift up a little bit out of that. So the rib cage actually moves with you. Right? And take a couple breaths here. If you like that variation where you drop down to your elbow, and you can do so without the right hip creeping up, right? You go there, maybe circle the head a couple times. And then come up to center and inhale, arms reach. And on an exhale, we're going to come forward. So reach the arms in front of you. Let the head and neck go. Don't be goal-oriented. Don't try to get your forehead down to the mat. That's not really what matters here. What matters here is lengthening through the spine. So you actually want to push the hips back down towards the floor so you find a little length in your sacrum and in your lower back. Let your head and neck go. One more breath. And then curl up. Let's do a couple shoulder and head and neck rolls. So you're going to roll the shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. And then the other way. And then find stillness for a moment and let's just circle the head and neck one direction. And circle it the other way. And come to stillness and reach the right arm up and grab a hold of the left ear. And then just gently encourage that right ear to the right shoulder. And then release and switch sides. Left arm up, grab a hold of the right ear. And then release that. Let's come down to the floor, do a couple stretching on our back. So come onto your back. And draw your knees into your chest. And take a couple breaths in this shape. And then bring both knees wide out to the side, and then draw both knees back into the chest. And then let's find happy baby. And then rock our hips from side to side. And then if you want to go a little wider or deeper for a few breaths by placing your hands on your inner thighs, the knees, the calves, the feet, feel free to do that for a few breaths. And then back to happy baby. And this time, bring the soles of the feet together, grabbing a hold of whatever you can reach. So it could be just the calves or the ankles or the feet, and then open up the knees. And then release that and place the soles of the feet flat on your mat. Separate your feet hip distance. Let's do some bridging. And so we're going to start with dynamic bridge. You're going to inhale, lift the hips and the arms overhead. And on an exhale, you're going to lower everything back down. A couple times, moving dynamically. Inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. One more time with movement. This time we're going to come up and stay up. So come up to bridge and stay up to bridge and bridge for like 5 to 6 breaths. 2 more breaths. Last breath. And then lower everything back down. Draw the knees into your chest. Draw your right arm out to the side like a T. Drop both knees to the left. Let's twist. Come back to center. Let's take it over to the other side. Left arm out to the side like a T. Both knees drop to the right. Twist. Knees into the chest. Legs straight up towards the ceiling. So now we do a little passive inversion. You're gonna flex the feet and then point the toes. And then flex and point and circle the ankles around one way, circle them around another way, circle them opposite ways. Nice. And just take a moment here, allowing the blood flow to drain from the lower extremities down to your heart. And clasp your hands together behind your head. And then on an inhale, you're going to lift the tailbone and the hips off the floor and the torso. Keep the elbows wide. Come up for a breath. And then lower. And then come up for a breath. And lower. 2 more times. Inhale up. Exhale down. Last time. Inhale up. Exhale down. Draw the knees back into the chest. One more hip opener. We thread the needle. Left foot on the ground. Right ankle on top of left knee. Open that right knee. So first, before we start, the right palm's going to come to the top of the right knee, and it's going to gently encourage the opening of the hip by pressing into the right knee. Let's take a moment here. Now let's thread the needle. So the right hand's going to come through the hole, and the left arm's going to either come back to the back of the knee or the top of the shin. No right or wrong way to go. The top of the shin just pulls it in deeper. The back of the thigh is just a little more accessible. If it feels good to circle the ankles, circle the ankles. One more breath. Now we draw our nose to our knee, so we're giving our internal organs a little bit of a massage. And then let that go. Let's switch sides. Right foot on the ground, left ankle, top of right knee. We start just by gently opening up that left hip. So the left palm's going to come to the top of the left knee, and you're going to gently encourage the left knee down to the floor, opening up the inner groin, hip flexor, psoas, all that good stuff. Now we thread the needle. So left hand's going to come through the hole, and once again choose either the back of the thigh or the top of the shin. Doesn't matter, right? And if you like to circle the ankles, that felt good. Circle the ankles. And take a couple breaths in this shape. And then let that go. Last finishing pose. Draw the knees back into the chest and let that squeeze the internal organs. Maybe draw the nose up to the knee, giving a deeper squeeze in the internal organs, and then letting it go. Taking your pillow now, either for a headrest, or you could use it underneath your knees for a little spinal traction. Setting yourself up for Shavasana, for finishing pose. So set yourself up for a sweet Shavasana, taking this time now to let everything go. Let's take a couple cleansing breaths to arrive. Inhale through the nose, sigh out your mouth. Two more like that. Inhale, audible exhale. Last time, inhale, let it go on the exhale. And now just settle in here for a few minutes, 2-3 minutes. Now slowly coming back to the surface by making small movements with your fingers and your toes, and reaching your arms overhead. Your full body stretch, stretch from fingertip to tippy toe out of your lower back. And draw your knees into your chest. And then rock yourself up to a comfortable seated position and close your eyes. Take a moment here. This is really what all the work you've been doing traditionally in yoga. We do asana, the yoga poses, so that we can settle our mind and our body enough to begin the seated meditation practice. So we're just going to take a minute here with our eyes closed and just breathing and feeling. So quieting the mind, turning the mental part of the mind, mental body of feeling, the mental stuff off and switching to breath and feeling mode. Now bringing our hands to our center, bringing our hands to our heart, together at our hearts, and sealing our practice today by bowing our heads in deep gratitude. And I'd like to close the class by saying, may there be peace in our hearts. May there be peace in our homes. May there be peace in the world. Namaste, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm going to unmute you so we can all have a few moments together before class wraps up.